In this video, we're going to focus on how the queen moves in the chess game. And it's important to understand that the queen is really the most powerful piece. Mainly people say that because the queen covers the most squares on the board. And so a queen is a combination. I like to say it's a combination of the rook and the bishop. Really, you take a rook. If you remember how a rook moves really in a straight line forwards and backwards or side to side. So the queen can do the same. The queen can move like a rook side to side or front and back. But it also combines the power of the bishop. So the bishop moves like an X or moves diagonally. So the queen can also move diagonally along any diagonal. So if you look at all these squares, when that queen is in the center of the board like this, think of how many squares it's actually attacking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27 squares that queen is covering right now. There are 64 squares on the board. So it's getting close to owning half the board. And so the queen is a powerful piece. The queen can move left and right, front and back, or any diagonal. And the queen can move as many squares as it wants to at a time. It just can't jump any pieces. Remember, the knight is the only piece that can jump. So when we look at the queen, I'm going to move this white queen here. I'm going to move this queen to f7. There's a lot on the board here with markings and shadings, but the queen's going to move to f7. And there it goes. Now, the black queen is going to move. Now, looking at the black queen, I won't shade quite as much, but I should understand the black queen's potential and what it can do. It can move forward as far as it wants, until it runs into a piece. It can move backwards. It can move left, and it can move right. But it can also move diagonally, if it would like, along any diagonal. In this case, it would be a dark square diagonal in any direction that it would like. So these are the options for the black queen. This black queen is going to move to the c3 square. So queen to c3, it will move there. The white queen is going to move to f4. Queen to f4. Now, as I move through these, just keep in mind, once again, the black queen is going to move, and make sure you can visualize all the potential squares that it can cover. Again, make sure you look along all the diagonals, just like you would for a bishop, and then make sure that you take a look side to side, just like you would for a rook, and make sure you look forward and backwards like you would for a rook also. Then you can see all of the potential spaces that your queen can move to. This queen is going to move to c8. Queen to c8. And then the white queen is going to move to d2. And before I show you the final move that I'm going to show in this video, this is just a short pattern with queens, could you mark all of the squares that the black queen could move to right now? And I would hope in your mind that you start marking the squares diagonally and straight and front and back and all of that. And so the queen in this case is going to move to h3. So I'm going to mark that queen to h3, this square right here. And I hope you can see that the queen is able to go there because it's along the white diagonal here. It could move to any of those squares. Queen will land on h3 when I'm done, but let me just quickly highlight, hoping that you can see all of the potential squares that that queen can move to. And once you've mastered the queen move, you can at least start to unleash her power. Good luck in your chess matches and with utilizing your queen to win games.